everybody. I'm so happy to see you. I miss you all very much, and I thought I would read you one of our favorite stories that I know you really enjoy. Can you guess which one it is? What? Oh, my friend says I should tell you that he's the clue. Can you guess who he is? He's got a beak. He's got claws, sharp, so he can sit on a tree and hang on and not fall off. And he's got feathers to help him fly. I call him Owlie. He's from Mexico, this one. Can you guess what the story is? I think you guessed already. If you're in Keshet Bet, I know you guessed. Owl Moon. Here we go. It's our favorite. To be very quiet when you go owling, right? Here we are. It was late one winter night, long past my bedtime, when Pa and I went owling. There was no wind. The trees stood still as giant statues, and the moon was so bright the sky seemed to shine. Somewhere behind us, a train whistle blew far, far away. What sound does a train whistle make? You're right. Toot, 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 toot. I could hear it through the woolen cap that Pa had pulled down over my ears. A farm dog started to answer the train, and then a second dog answered too. What sound does a dog make? Yeah, you got it. Woof, woof. They sang out trains and dogs for a real long time, and then their voices faded away, and it was as quiet as a dream. We walked on towards the woods, Pa and I. Our feet crunched over the crisp snow, and little gray footprints followed us. There they go. Pa made a long shadow, but mine was short and round. I had to run after him every now and then to keep up, and my short, round shadow jumped after me. But I never called out. If you go owling, you have to be very quiet. Shh. And that's what Pa always says. I'd been waiting a long time to go owling with Pa. We reached the line of pine trees, black and pointy against the sky, and Pa held up his hand, and I stopped right where I was, and I waited. He looked up as if searching the stars, and then he said, "You got it. Hoo, 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 hoo." He sounded just like a great horned owl. Again he called out, and then again. After each call, he was silent, he was quiet, and we both listened. But there was no answer. Pa shrugged. I shrugged. I wasn't disappointed. My brothers all said sometimes there's an owl, and sometimes there isn't an owl. But who's in the tree? Can you see? Can you guess? You'll have to let us know when we have our meeting if you guessed. Oh, Owlie's getting tired. Are you getting tired? There you go. We walked on. I could feel the cold as if someone's icy hand was going down my back, and my nose and the tips of my cheeks were cold too. But I never said a word. If you go owling, you have to be quiet. Shh. When we went to the woods, the shadows were the blackest things I'd ever seen. My mouth felt furry, for the scarf over it was wet and warm. I didn't ask what kinds of things hide behind the black trees. When you go owling, you have to be, you have to be quiet. Shh. And you have to be brave. Then we came to a clearing in the dark woods. The moon was high above us. It seemed to fit exactly over the center of the clearing, and the snow below it looked like a bowl of milk. I sighed, and Papa held up his hand again, and he said, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo." I listened, and I looked so hard that my eyes started to hurt. Pa raised his face and called out again, but before he could open his mouth, we heard something. It said, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo." Is that you? Pa almost smiled, and then he called back, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo," just as if he and the owl were talking about supper, or about the woods, or the moon, or the cold. I took my mitten off the scarf off my mouth, and I almost smiled too. The owl call came closer from high up in the trees on the edge of the meadow. Nothing in the meadow moved. All of a sudden, an owl shadow, part of the big tree shadow, lifted off and flew right over us. We watched silently, and the shadow hooted again. Whoa, look at his wings. Oh, you've got big, big wings, long wings. Pa turned on his big flashlight and caught the owl just as it was landing on a branch. For 1 minute, 3 minutes, maybe even 100 minutes, we stared at each other. I'm going to stare at you. Then the owl pumped up its great wings, lifted off the branch like a shadow without a word. It flew back into the forest. "Well, time to go home," Pa said to me. I knew then that I could talk. I could even laugh out loud, but I was a shadow as we walked back home. When you go owling, you don't need words or warm or anything but hope. That's what Pa says, the kind of hope that flies on silent wings under a shining owl moon. And there he goes. And that, my friends, was one of our favorite stories in Keshet Bet. Did you like it, Owlie? What? Did you like it? See you soon.